Hey everyone, I'm Spins Daniel Cohn, and we're here with the mighty Kydd Jones. How you doing today?
What's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing actually good. Yeah.
I'm good too. I'm just admiring that Blue Jays hat and that jersey. Tell everyone the story behind that jersey before we get into it.
Hey, well, this jersey is actually my little brother's. It's one of his practice football jerseys that he had in middle school. He gifted it to me a few months ago. It's, got a little vintage ribs and things that I like, the aesthetic. So, yeah, I pulled it out for the special occasion.
And there you go. So one of the things we were talking about outside before we came in here is the importance of artistic integrity and artistic expression.
Right.
So when you write your songs, I mean, obviously it's important to be able to express yourself, but what is the process that you get when you go through an idea? Is it like, I'm going to tell a story in my lyrics, or am I going to reflect something that's going on right now and I needed to tell my truth? Like, how does it get done by you?
I think it's always telling my truth, whether it be within a story, within the concept that I'm going through or going, just looking for, searching, trying to just figure it out. I'm always just trying to tell my own truth at the time. And, as far as the integrity go, I always just think about like, what is my son gonna think when he listens to it? You know what I'm saying? Will he be able to understand the context or the mediums that I'm trying to, portray through the music that I'm, writing at that time? So I try to make it broad, but I always, give it that kid feel that just raw, just as raw as can be. You'd feel me? Just as my thoughts, my feelings, just my own humanity in the way that, everything's coming through and out of me. So, I plug in and I plug out and I just don't think about anything else.
So, that said, growing up, who were some of the artists who spoke to you in that regard, who had an extreme amount of integrity that informed how you wanted to shape your musical career or helped you even embark on a musical career?
Well, I'd have to say it's more than a few artists. I remember, well, backstory: my dad is from the Bronx, New York, and me being born and raised here in Austin, Texas. Just I remember days going to school, him just us riding around town, and him playing Nas and DMX, and and I remember just hearing Nas and like the big words he would use, and it always made me be like, I need to go look that word up. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of really intriguing to me because at that point I would listen to music and it wouldn't do that to me, per se. But when I listened to Nas, he gave me that little extra oomph that I felt like I needed to want to explore into it more. And artists like Lauryn Hill, that was like my first crush and my first like big musical crush at that, being an MC and a singer songwriter. And I remember watching her first MTV Unplugged, and I was just, amazed. I was probably 11 years old, and I felt like probably crying. I could still feel it today. So yeah.
Do you have an experience seeing like censorship in music, or with some of those artists who you just said who that informed your commitment to artistic expression?
Experience censorship.
Yeah, or like people like criticizing the lyrics publicly and the music publicly, or any type of backlash.
Uh, Not really, although I think, I know it happens, and, that's something when you're an artist you always got to be aware of it. It's like some people say just like don't read the comments, but, you're always like looking out to see what people think, how they feel. And I think it's just natural to, do that because it helps you go back to the drawing board and, helps you, reformulate your sketches and your drawings to maybe acquire some more fans by also, incorporating what you already naturally do. It's okay to, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say give a little, but let's say you meet a person outside, you're drawing a sketch, and the next person is like, "Yo, well, if you do the collar like this, there adds a little more detail." Is that is that shaking your artistic integrity, or is that just adding more to your palette? You know what I mean? So in a sense, we never stop learning. So I don't know. Yeah.
As your platform and audience grows, what are the messages you really want them to take away from your music and your shows?
From my music and my shows, I want people to take away, just being themselves, being them true self, being their true self, and following their heart, following their dreams, and um, in my show, I really like to connect with people in the crowd and, look in their eyes and find those people that gonna go home and be like, I'm taking something, I'm taking Kydd home with me, just from the energy off the stage and just from the messages and the words that are being said and being felt. So I just want people to, be themselves, dream more, just be open minded. Yeah.
Well, that's a big point about being open-minded. When you were growing up, what was something that maybe you heard from a friend or a parent or a relative musically that you're like, I could do without this. And then kind of as you got older, like, oh, I see the benefit in this now, but I didn't see it back then.
Um, you know, practicing, practicing the craft, always trying to be prepared, you know what I mean? Things like that, those type of lessons that you don't really understand until you get older and get into situations like that. But I feel like nowadays, when I'm, preparing for a concert, preparing to do anything, the more that I practice, the more that I feel more comfortable with what I'm doing, the better the result is. So, that's definitely something that I took away when I was younger, for sure.
Do you think social media has influenced the way artists express themselves, at least in their music?
Um, yeah, I think it definitely influences it. You can't escape social media nowadays, and even if you wanted to, it's the weirdest, thing that, it's like, I guess we're the, the test dummies of this, social media thing. And I want to say, music is getting, maybe better in a sense because we're able to hear so many different sounds, so many different things with the internet. And, you could before also just go into your, your CD store, etc. But nowadays it's right at the palm of your hand. So just the access to the information is there. So it's getting better. I feel like it's dope. Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing and a curse for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to tell everyone out there?
I want to tell everybody just to be happy, be yourself. Look up your boy Kydd Jones, KYDDJONES.